Lobster's been identified with the state of Maine for ages, and you can find Maine, the word Maine, in the names of recipes for lobster going back to at least the late 19th century. Lobster meat, contrary to the false myth that lobster was fed to prisoners or indentured servants, that's a myth that you find in every place where there is a very plentiful, very high-end fish product. One of the things I love about looking at American recipes from the late 19th century and the early 20th century is that cookbooks contained more than a dozen, and sometimes more than 2 or 3 dozen lobster recipes. And when you talk to people today, they think of there being like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 different ways of cooking, of using lobster in a dish. I mean, we're lucky that in Maine people play with it all the time, but most people don't think of making lobster as a regular protein to substitute chicken or beef or pork. It's sort of a special occasion thing, or it's something you eat off a food truck or at a lobster stand. Lobster was hugely popular in America with the expansion of restaurants, but also because of canning. Part of it was developed here in Maine. But live lobster was available too, and those lobsters were primarily coming from Maine. And you can tell they're live lobsters because the recipes say exactly how to cook the live lobster and how to work with the shell and whatnot. Lobster as a high-quality product that originated in Maine was very much part of the public's food imagination. It was a sign of elegance, but it was not purely the boiled or steamed lobster or the lobster roll. It had a really broad range of recipes that were available.